Hey there, YouTube. Raining Cryptos here. Just want to do a little bit of a market update, specifically taking a look at how things are going in the big boy, Bitcoin. Seems like Bitcoin's creeping back up. It had some pullback here the last couple of days. It pulled back down to about almost 10,600, but it's been slowly recovering. There's been some sideways action here. I think people are still trying to figure out, where things are going with these future markets that are going online in the next few days. There will be futures market on the 10th and the 18th going online, and you know, I think the overall market sentiment, it's, this is the market, and that's what I'm seeing right now. I think overall it's starting to tick back up into the positive direction. I think anytime um, you have a security, currency, or whatever you're trading, a stock that's trending in the right direction, like this, I think that's it's giving you all the right signals. Um, with that being said, we need to be cognizant of what's about to go down, and I think there's going to be some volatility potentially in the near future. So these futures markets could long Bitcoin and say, we think Bitcoin's going to keep crushing it. It's going to keep growing. It's going to have, as Mike Novogratz and some others are suggesting, a $40,000-$50,000 target by the end of 2018. Or as a lot of people in the financial and banking industry that have a lot of fear over Bitcoin, or think it's you hear the words fraud from Jamie Dimon or Ponzi scheme from others being said, they're going to short it in these hedge funds, and they're going to short it hard. So these futures are not going to be settled in Bitcoin. They are going to be settled in dollars. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. The takeaway is as follows, though. This is legitimizing Bitcoin in the financial sector, the financial industry, which I think is very, very important. And I think it's that next step to potentially, not potentially, I think getting to the point where we have Bitcoin exchange traded funds or exchange traded products out in the marketplace in the near future. Um, so compared to Bitcoin here, currently trading right now, I just have a few coins that I'm monitoring. So I do, my portfolio contains currently, I just share that with everyone. Bitcoin Dash, Zcoin, Monero. I don't have IOTA. I am monitoring IOTA. I don't have a stake in EOS. I've been looking at that. I'm thinking about Cardano. I don't own any Vercoin, and I'm not planning on owning any Vercoin. I just have it here just from an observing standpoint. I don't own any Ethereum, and I'm not planning on having a stake in Ethereum in the near future, other than a flash trade where I can purchase some Ethereum and quickly flip it for an altcoin, just due to how quickly it moves, and I can get in and out exchange to rapidly make a trade. And Yeah, I'm no position in Litecoin either, but just trying to see how these coins are comparing to Bitcoin. And right now, it looks like Monero is outperforming Bitcoin by like 1.25%. Um, so let's take a look at a couple things here. Let's take a look at how things are going on here in On-Chain Effects and just give it a quick little refresh. It's one of my favorite sites. You can break this up by different filters in the marketplace, different sectors. Um, it's a really great tool. But to kind of focus here, see who's got the biggest gains, losses in the last 24 hours. So the biggest losers right now compared to Bitcoin, or HCAS, Augur, First Coin, NAM, Ethereum, Ripple, and Dash. So those are the bigger losers right now. to Bitcoin. And the biggest gainers, IOTA, Stratus, a couple great platforms out there. Then we got the lending coin here, Salt, and Civic was one that was just I was monitoring on trading views. So pretty interesting. Percent's down from all-time high. It seems like right now the one that's strongest right now is Salt, followed by obviously Bitcoin and Stellar Lumens. And let's see who's got the longest way to go from a gain standpoint from all-time high. We have Byteball, Steam, 10x Golem, and Civic. So from a market cap leader standpoint, we still obviously got the big boy Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash. We had some flippings as of late. We're seeing Litecoin, Cardano, Dash, IOTA are all kind of flipping around with each other, which is just pretty interesting. But looking here at the heat map, you still have this enormous dominance from Bitcoin, followed by Ethereum and Bitcoin Cash. All right, I just wanted to give everyone a little bit overview of where things are at in the market today. I think the art market is overall, if we look at it from a dollar standpoint, it's pretty much all green. I like to look at how things are performing against Bitcoin. I like to outperform Bitcoin or be on par with Bitcoin as much as possible. That's the goal of being in an altcoin. If you're underperforming Bitcoin, unless you have a really long position, I don't know what you're doing in that altcoin. Obviously, if you believe in the project and again, you have a long position, that's a completely different story. But if you're looking at it from a pure return on investment and profit standpoint, you want to be crushing Bitcoin as much as you possibly can, which is not an easy thing to do. Alrighty. With that being said, like, subscribe. Again, this is not financial advice. This is just my perspective on sharing some information on cryptocurrencies. And catch you on the next one. Take care.